Hey everyone, me again. So today I want to do something a little different and do a side-by-side comparison of two rifles, specifically the Spanish FR-8 against the Ishapore 2A1. Why these two specifically? Well, they're both kind of Cold War era bolt actions, chambered for 7.62 by 51. They both cost more or less the same thing depending on like condition and where you can find them. Neither of these are available in the primary market at this time anymore, so it's kind of a matter of kind of luck of the draw as far as what you can find them price-wise, but they should be in more or less the same ballpark. So let's kind of do a quick overview of what these are. I'm not going to do a whole like history lecture about them. There's tons of information out there about them, and they're not exactly obscure. But to start off, the Spanish FR-8 actually started life as an M43 in 8mm Mauser. This was basically Spain's take on the K98K, and then they converted these to 7.62 by 51 to serve as training rifles for the SETME battle rifle, which is why they have SETME-like features. For example, as flash hider, they have the SETME-like peep sight, and other just kind of SETME form factor. You know, that's really what the gun basically is. The Ishapore 2A1 is essentially a clone of the Lee Enfield #1 rifle, but these were manufactured new around 7.62 by 51. These are not conversions of existing firearms or anything like that. That's the gist of what this is. So right off the bat, before I had either one of these, I was kind of deciding which one to get. The FR-8 really seemed like, on paper, clearly the head and shoulders above the other one as a choice. It just seemed like that would be the one to get for a number of reasons. One is, of course, that I'm partial to light handy carbines. The FR-8 is one. The Ishapore 2A1 is decidedly not. There's probably about a 2, maybe even 3 pound weight difference between the two. As far as length goes, as you can see, it's almost silly to try to compare them. So it has that going for it. In general, of course, I also tend to prefer peep sights over the open notch, and so another point in favor of the FR-8. And then, of course, the FR-8 does have a Mauser 98 action, as you can see, which is, kind of by reputation extremely strong, certainly compared to the Enfield type. And so you have a little bit less concerns as far as what kind of ammunition you could fire out of it. Really, the only advantage that the 2A1 has on paper is the larger magazine capacity. But then again, these are both meant to be fed with stripper clips, and so as such, yes, you have more ammo, but you spend twice as long loading, so it's kind of a wash. But when you actually take these things to the range, the picture isn't quite as clear as it would seem on paper. The reasons, I guess, are, as follows. So firstly, it's this action. I was kind of surprised by how clunky, rough, and, prone to hangups this is. I don't know if it's the fact that this rifle wasn't originally built and engineered around this cartridge. It's a conversion. Maybe it's a little bit of inconsistencies as far as Spanish manufacturing. Some of them are actually fine. Maybe this one isn't. Maybe it's this specific example. I don't know what it is, but I was definitely taken aback by that. It definitely doesn't compare to like the how slick and smooth and quick the Lee Enfield action is by comparison. That's just one difference, though. As I mentioned, of course, peep sights are generally considered better, but not all peep sights are created equal, and the execution on this particular one is actually not that great. It doesn't lend itself particularly well to accuracy or to quick acquisition, so I think that kind of negates the difference. Of course, in terms of size and weight, that's definitely still a very real difference. But if you're just going to be firing these things at a range, or running competitions even, you don't feel that much difference that soon. Yeah, if you're going to be trekking through the woods for like hours or days, then yeah, for sure, FR-8 would be the one I'd prefer to carry. But 95% of people are just going to plink away at the range, oftentimes from at a rest. How much difference does it really make? Not that much. So, of course, there is no getting around the strength of the action. That remains still true. But I think the point is that this kind of highlights the difference that just because something is vastly superior on paper, it doesn't necessarily translate to, how enjoyable it is, at the range. So I guess to sum up, I think that if you're really trying to decide between these two and you're really unsure, my suggestion would be to do what I did and just get both.